I know that Kim has to leave a lot of decisions to me because that's gameplay, but boy, is it a terrible decision.
Can I help you?
I have money.
Got the 20 real?
Yeah, here.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real.
I know how this works, Gart.
How could anyone forget, asshole?
Thank you. Like, it's rare that I agree with Half-Light, but goddamn. Hey?
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
Shit, I didn't even talk to her. No, I did. I did talk to her.
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Everything good?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
What'd you need the phone for?
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
All right, I'll bite. Is this a normal thing?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
You're not wrong. Tell me about the expedition.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
What kind of traps, and could there be a problem?
I doubt it, sweetie. The traps aren't big enough for humans to get caught in them. They're for the insect. Anyway.
This sounds like police business.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but...
I've got a premonition the missing scientist is connected.
I sincerely doubt it. Still, I suppose it won't hurt to keep an eye out.
Oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel.
Oh yeah, we did already look at that. The water lock is broken, so he's probably just stuck on the other side of the coast.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
I don't know, some technical shit. I'm not an engineer.
Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
I'll let him know when or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
So, some kind of scientist, huh?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
So, like, you invest in, like, ant coin and shit?
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
Oh, Kim's gonna sandbag this. Oh, I'm here for this. Let's go.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
All right. Let's pursue this.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research.
Tell me more about your husband.
Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
What does he look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
Okay, what am I looking for? You want me to find him. What should I be looking out for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild even.
Okay, this is helpful.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
Don't know what that means, but we'll find out. How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
I actually agree with that. How did you meet?
Via dating agency, I'm ashamed to say. I was looking to get back into the scene after recovering from my accident, and he'd just divorced. We hit it off, and, well, here we are.
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
Okay. That's all I need to know about
Hope
that.
I've been useful.
Tell me about that rare shit.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating, but I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about it.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us officers.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
He can't even. He's so good at keeping his composure and containing his disdain for things. But in this case, he's like, "Oh, this is so dumb."
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you.
Can you assure me? Where is it? Have you found one?
It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
What makes you think it's here? Does it have cool powers?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
Why do you think it's here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
Do you have anything else to go on? Like, anything?
Interesting. Maybe the phasmid made the teenagers make out.
Thanks, electrochemistry. Let's go with that.
I doubt it. It's not like teenagers need much encouragement in that regard.
So that's all you got?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insul Indian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
You seem really excited about this.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insul Indian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
Is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Then why do you give a fuck?
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
I'm not sure. Right, so I've lost all memory of the world and myself, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Surely things can't be that bad?
They're catastrophic.
You know where we are, right?
We're dead. We're haunting each other. We're ghosts. Plausible. I don't know how this game ends. That's a plausible explanation. We're in Revachol.
That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise.
I know Revachol used to be really cool in the 30s.
The new disco dancing. It seems like a lifetime ago.
Yo, the new is like low-key a really, really cool name for an era of time. Like for a social era. I actually really like that.
Much has changed, but it is still the most beautiful city in the world. A rare jewel set in the sand between the pines. Everyone says so, even foreigners.
I don't understand.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51?
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
The crypto lady has given me a green ape!
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders. Outside, spring rain seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, and into grated storm drains, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first maybells blossom.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
We are living under the cop regime. Radios are being used to control people's minds and distort our perception of reality, concealing our true masters, foreigners, and women. Oh, it's just the 5G thing. It's just, yeah. No, it's just, yeah, 5G. Yeah, got it. Cool. I'd like to think it's the dictatorship of the proletariat, but something tells me it's not.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct.
The last communist.
Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
I'm very disappointed.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
It did feel like, while being ridiculous, we're living under the cop regime actually did feel pretty accurate. There's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
If it's complicated, then how come you're so worried I don't know? Oh, it's because I'm a cop.
But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
I don't know, you were doing a great job, to be honest.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
What revolution? What is the revolution?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new. Something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does that have to do with there not being cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
How did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
Yeah, that's fair.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
I'm a little worried.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Who could help?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
That's fair, Kim. That's fair.
Of course. Then, I don't know, someone rich maybe. Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
I do!
But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
Alright, you gotta tell me about some cool cryptids.
You're an
Shit.
enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
I want to know everything about cryptids, living cryptids, extinct cryptids, marine cryptids, land cryptids, bring it on!
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101.
Fuck!
Let's get back to work, shall we?
Okay.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What? Who's boring?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one. The regular, please. The brown.
Oh, we're doing this now. So you're picking on me for not being crazy enough? That's literally the least of my concerns.
No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard appeal.
I like standards!
Of course you do. Maybe some regulations and a usual pistol to go with them. It's official. My lord's copotype is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax.
Wait, is this my copotype now?
Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the usual benefits.
Okay, listen. This legitimately appeals to me. Personally. Like, I like normal. I like standard. I'm good with that. Especially when it comes to interpersonal communications. But in Disco Elysium, I'm out.
Good, good. Of course. To outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting now, doesn't it? I won't trouble you any further.
Hello.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Let's just skip over this. I just wanted to know more about the place before I check it out. That's normal. I'm normal.
Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
That's somehow not surprising.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardie? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
Okay. But...
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Okay. That's going an awful long way, like, right up front to be like, yeah, you can't arrest him. Like, why? Do you know he's guilty already?
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest, if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What if I want to talk to you?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
Why are you so aggressive? I know why you're aggressive. It's effective, but I'll ask it anyway.
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
There's a corpse in the backyard.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
I mean, the whole bit about, like, enforcing violence is not at all incorrect. But, you know, there is a body. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
I mean, that does kind of sound correct.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans?
Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
I was legit kind of serious? But sure, okay, I was just joking. What do you do?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
What do you do? What are you gonna do?
What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
Oh, this guy's going to be a joy.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
I guess I should go then. Ew, gross. I want to see what is in the photos of men, but instead, I apparently now know that Monica's titties are big. It's fine, I guess it probably wasn't important, maybe.
This is where you say your bit.
Alright, let's continue.
He and his men carry themselves like giants. You'll need to prove your mettle to be taken seriously.
Thanks, Composure, that's helpful.
Detective.
Let's get right to it. We need to talk about the man hanged out back, or previously hanged.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
The recording quality on that voice is not as high as the others. There's like a weird echo on it.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Questions? To hell with that. Get right up in the big dick's face. Physical confrontation.
Step the fuck up.
The room is silent. The leader does not flinch. Get further in there. Escalate.
As a cop, we should always be de-escalating. However,
What the fuck is this? You wanna fuck with me?
shift that center. Don't clench the fists. Don't clench the fists. Don't suggest violence. Shift the center of balance. Let him know that you're going to dodge the attack, not throw one.
His eyes narrow. His right hand starts tapping a quick little rhythm on his thigh. Tap, tap, tap.
He doesn't like it. I'm not doing anything. I'm just in his face and not backing down from him.
This guy's tough. Get the eye twitch going. You need to look scary.
Alright, I don't know about this. But, sure, physical instrument, I'm sure you won't lead me wrong.
What do you think you're doing? You hear, but his mouth isn't moving. It's the tension in his shoulders speaking.
What are you doing?
I can do this all night long. His clenched fists say, their knuckles turning white. I'm young. You're 50,000 years old.
You don't look young.
Do not explain or defend yourself. Attack.
At my age, you'll be dead. You'll get into a fight you won't win.
Probably. I need to be like this to lead them. Something you would understand.
The moment ends. With begrudging respect, the man leans back, time to say something.
Yo, that worked! That dumbass masculine dick measuring contest actually worked. We spoke his language for a bit. Hey, did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny, but my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why is there a container belt around his neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yes.
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
Okay, well, there we go. That was easy.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling motion again, savoring it.
We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
Cool, case closed. That's easy.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
That's it. Game's over. We got the perpetrator. All right, but there's a catch.
There is no catch. These 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna ask if he has remorse, because why bother? Who called the shots?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardie boy without arresting all Hardie boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
I think it's probably Everett.
You keep him the fuck out of this. We have autonomy. It's all on us. Everard runs the union. I run the Hardie boys.
Okay.
When Titus Hardie says he runs the Hardie boys, he means that in an administrative capacity. On that night, everyone acted as one man.
When did this occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
The fixer.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
I have no idea who you are.
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
So yeah, her then. Yeah, got it, cool.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Is that a...
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So, 'cause he was a merc?
And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
Excellent question.
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoi and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
How do you even know he was Special Forces? Wait, what did he actually do wrong? This is a more important question.
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Okay, that's good information. That is, okay, those are very serious allegations. How much of those are true?
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
All right, that's a lot.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
That is a flood of information. Yes, that's a lot. This is a lot.
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Is this the girl who was sexually assaulted?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
So it was someone else?
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
But then who was it then? This is super serious.
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Yeah, that's fair. Thanks as usual, Volition. How did you kill him?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
Well, if they did, I wouldn't even remember.
Can you give us a few more details? Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Where did this overpowering happen?
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
How'd you do it?
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Boy, we better not miss this. I will be so mad if we hit a 3 on this.
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
all right, who's solid?
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there. Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there. Tomato juice? Just tomato juice? A non-alcoholic tomato juice? What's the point of that?
Electrochemistry, please. Who's cracking under the pressure? I think his heart's cracking under the pressure. Okay.
A single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Keep it going long enough, and he'll crack.
Hey, you having trouble breathing over there?
No.
Okay.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Oh, yes, this is good. This is good. Drive a wedge. Create division.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Okay.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
Right, there's something you're not telling me.
And fuck you, too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
All right, I have other questions.
Like what, Copper?
Let's not escalate. Let's not escalate until we have, why don't I just arrest you? The answer is because we will beat the shit out of you. There's 6 of us and there's 2 of you, and you might be a good fighter, but you're not six on one. You're not 6 on 1 good. And you don't even have your gun. So let's save that for later.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to third-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
Yeah, it does feel like someone else did it, and this group is basically just taking it on themselves because they're just daring someone to do about it. But they're covering it for someone else.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now.
I mean, what if we hit double 6s, though? There's no way.
No. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardie boys, you fuck with Titus Hardie.
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Yeah, I'm wearing a bunch of stuff that hurts my authority, but even if I wasn't, my authority is 1. And that is a god tier. That is a god tier authority check. So even buffing it with even bumping it up with clothing as much as I possibly could, we're still probably looking at maybe 13% or something like that.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
Thanks, Angus. That's the joke.
Easy, fellas. We got company. Let's see what brings the cop around.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture.
Picture of what?
Of the actors here. You could take another look at the tracks in the mud on the crime scene. Compare it to these guys.
That's a good idea. Let's go do that. And maybe this time I won't give up on being a police officer because it's too hard to look at footprints. Who the hell are you? And why do you look like Sans? Alright, good talk. So I vaguely remember that conversation. So I'm gonna say from here, it's all new. Oh yeah, that's right.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
Hold on. What's fucking up my visual calculus? Yes! Wait, how come my visual calculus is 0 then? It should be at least 1, right? Like the stuff in... Oh, it's because of a skill. Yeah, it's a thought. Right. Yeah, this is... Communism is also dragging down my authority. Well, let's pop one in here. I mean, I internalized Superstar Cop and got the learning cap on those brought up for a reason, right? We might as well use it.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
This is significantly better.
8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Where else have we seen a gang of men in work boots? That's right. The Hardie boys in the mess hall of whirling in rags.
Were there 8 though? I don't think there were 8. I counted like 6 or 7. Let's go one by one.
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 46. Just like Titus was wearing in his booth. This is the big dick. Titus Hardie. The one with the bald cap on his head.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? They didn't even bother to change boots. Putting them on the scene is easy. Maybe even too easy.
Mm-hmm.
2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 44. Either the blonde muscular guy, Glenn, or the young guy with a plectrum around his neck. 3. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. The inked banger, perhaps. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. Theo, the old smoker. You think you even see a tiny fleck of cigarette ash inside the print. 5. Another standard work boot. Reinforced toes. Number 44. Same as before. Either the musician, Eugene, or the muscle-bound blonde, Glenn. 6. Light as air. Same make of boot, but number 41. Small like a rat. Shanky.
I'm surprisingly good at this. I'm also very surprised that these footprints have held up for a week.
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens, and the tracks burn in it with strange beauty. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. The imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. Fat Angus, carrying something? 8. Another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole. The right sole is smoother, more worn. Curious. A missing 8th Hardie boy.
I see.
7 sets of tracks, right? The Hardie boys were here.
8, actually.
That's all? Interesting. Then one of them seems to be missing. Anything else out of the ordinary?
This aberration is weird.
Interesting. Let's name it the Odd Soul. I wouldn't be surprised if this was the missing Hardie boy. Wonder who he is.
Do you know?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
That's not stupid. That's plausible.
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for a drummer.
We might be!
Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
I will nod at this. That makes sense.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam.
Don't be the one who's
See
like,
whether
oh yeah,
anyone's
I was
tracks
thinking
out
that
as a
when you
potential
clearly
suspect.
weren't.
Seems
Don't be that
prudent,
guy.
No?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This one's heavy.
200. This could be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up. Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built armored man. Maybe it was a fat Hardie boy, the one sitting in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
I don't know. Because body armor would also increase the weight.
I do. The fat guy. I think I heard them call him Angus. Most likely to have carried the victim over.
Okay. I guess we'll go with that. Light step.
I'm guessing that's the skinny Hardie boy. The one with his front teeth missing.
The rat-faced one.
Yes, well, he did look a bit like a rat. You're right. Do you think those prints belong to him?
Yes?
I could still be wrong, but I'm probably not.
How old do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
Mm-hmm.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Oh! So the footprints have been preserved because the ground's been frozen. Oh, that makes sense, actually.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
Okay, interesting. What do you think happened?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree.
Uh-huh.
Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed. They all stood in a row here and looked at the tree.
So far, so good. Only one thing missing.
Of course, there were 8 tracks, but there are only 7 Hardie boys.
Let him have it! No, wait. Don't let him have it. We still need to prove competence.
Mm-hmm. Which one is missing, do you think? I'm going to say it was our odd soul.
Old Soul was present at the lynching, but isn't in the mess hall right now.
Yes. I doubt the Hardies are going to tell us who this person is. For now, it's best if we just keep our eyes open. I'm sure our investigation will eventually lead us to the Old Soul.
Alright, that should do it. Autosave, real save. And let's call that enough for the night before we cut this body open.